So this is a progression. Season 1, and I'm doing this progression in how Clark's love life works. Season 1, Clark is heartbroken over Lori, who we don't even hear her name in Season 1. The mermaid, the fiancée who breaks his heart because she was manipulating him with her telepathy, using him to take over the kingdom. So that all happens before Season 1, but he's heartbroken over her and he's crushing. It is on a rebound crush. It is definitely a rebound crush. Excuse me. It is definitely a rebound crush, and he's crushing on his old friend Chloe. In the end of Season 1, Chloe doesn't think they're going to work out. She likes Clark a lot, and she wishes they could work out, but she realizes that their political views are polar opposites. Their views on children, polar opposites. Their views on life, polar opposites, but great friends. I mean, she's sure this will not work out. So, even though she can still be friends with him and he can still be friends with her, she knows that in a relationship it's going to fail. But Clark doesn't care right now. He's hurt. He's still hurt at the end of the year. It's taken a long time to recover. A lot of that telepathy crap is still there. Like he's still dealing with the emotion of it all. Residuals, maybe. Ooh, we could do a scene where we see Lori saying the whole "I love you" thing after the fiancé reveal at the bar with Jimmy. That would work. Anyway, Season 2, Clark is dating Chloe. They get together. And they get apart. It doesn't have to be for the whole season, but very quickly. Not too quickly. Chloe was right. They don't work. They're arguing all the time. And it's not like they don't work. It's not like they hate each other. They love each other. But it does not work. They're always arguing. They're arguing over everything. By the end of the season, they're just ready to call it quits. And Chloe honestly feels that she is not good enough to be with Clark, that she's not a good enough person. Because Clark is an exceptionally good person. Powers or no, he would be an exceptionally good person. He's devoted himself to helping people when they need it. Whenever he sees someone in need, he helps. He's self-sacrificing. He's everything a hero is. He's everything a hero is. Even without his powers, especially without his powers, he is everything that a hero is supposed to be. So, they break up. This gives Lois something else to hate Clark about because she thinks Clark gave her cousin Chloe a inferiority complex. The truth of the matter is, he didn't. He, like, in their breakup, and when Chloe says something to the effect of, "You're too good for me, Clark. I'm not good enough for you, Clark." And Clark responds with something to the effect of, "Shouldn't I be able to decide that? Shouldn't I decide who's good enough for me? Because I love you. And this can work." And you know what? It can't. It could, but they'd be unhappy their entire lives. They'd be arguing their entire lives because they're on complete opposite ends of every argument. Which is great with a friend, but with a person that you've committed to facing off the entire world with, that it's you and them against everybody. That's what marriage is, and that's what a relationship is. Well, marriage, really. Relationships lead to marriage, theoretically. Or don't. Which is a good thing. You can't be married to everybody. So, there we have it. That's the end of Season 2. Season 3, maybe the middle is towards the end. The Christmas break. I don't know. The details of this can work out. Season 3, he meets Mason, who is a female DA. And Mason hates vigilantes. She's not a fan of the flying guy. The flying man. but she loves Clark. Clark has been working with the paper, he's been working with the police. He's willing to share information with the police to get people arrested that he won't print. He's been more than happy to keep a lid on things time after time where Lois would want to publish. And he doesn't. He's willing to keep things mum for the police, to capture the bad guys, to help out. He's much more interested in that than getting the story done, which is another thing Lois doesn't like about him. Because of that, he gets a lot more leads from the police. So all of her leads from the police, because they're working together, now go to Clark instead of Lois. She's pissed off about that too. Every little thing he does pisses her off. But then there's this girl, Mason. So Mason starts working with Clark. And she falls hard. And he's on the rebound from Chloe, but this character needs development. She needs, maybe bring her in season 2 while him and Chloe are dating. But Mason is, I'm not going to say perfect for Clark, but a great fit. The two of them get together and it just works. The kiss should be something, the first time they kiss should be before they start dating, while they're spending so much time together working on a couple of different grand jury cases or whatever it is. And they end up getting really close and not really, like, they realize there's an attraction there, but they don't really start dating till after they kiss. It's one of those relationships, and Clark falls hard. Not because he's one who's inclined to fall hard, but because all of those feelings, so him and Chloe, both of them knew it wasn't going to work. That it wasn't working, I should say. Not that it wasn't going to work, but both of them knew as they were dating, they slowly came to realize it was not working. That he did love Chloe, but he'd always loved Chloe as a friend. Like that, love is choosing to put someone before yourself. Romantic love is more than that, but that's the basis of it. So he has always had a self-sacrificing attitude towards Chloe, and that, Anyway, he still does, which causes tension between him and Mason. But with Mason, it was romantic, not quite from the start, but it grew into that romance, and it worked, and she is a good person, and she's devoted her life to putting criminals away, and so the thing with Mason is, just like when she was introduced in the other universe that she was introduced in, Mason is killed by a car bomb. Not in front of Clark. Clark is out saving whatever. Hamsters, hurricanes, Bob Dole, turtles, whatever. Hurricane probably, or tidal wave, or tsunami, or volcanic eruptions, or a ship that hit an iceberg, or some disaster. A plane falling out of the sky. Genetically cloned tyrannosaurs running around Japan. He's not in the city when Mason is blown up by criminals with a car bomb. So, that's how their relationship ends. Like, he's contemplating asking her to marry him. And then, if she says yes, he's going to tell her that he's the flying guy. But there is one line with Mason I want to get in there, where Clark's always running away to go be the flying guy. And she says something to the effect of, "You have a secret. I want to know why you're always running away. Why are you always ditching dates, breaking dates, running away halfway through the date and then coming back?" And Clark just looks at her and says, "Mason, I'm not going to lie to you." "What, Clark?" "I have a secret. I do. But we're not at the point where I'm comfortable telling you what it is. And if we get to that point, I will tell you. I'm not denying I have a secret. I do have one. But I don't feel comfortable telling you what it is yet. And when we get to that point, I will tell you what it is." That's Clark. So she dies, end of season 3, near the end of season 3. Notice how I'm not doing villain arcs here. I'm doing the love interest arcs. That is just as important, if not more important, to the story. Season 4, Clark is alone. But he's not alone. He's got Jimmy, Lois is there, Chloe's there, Perry's there. He's got friends. He's got probably long before that, he's joined up with the rest of the Pajama Brigade there, the Spandex Squad, depending on who's in play. Bruce, Ollie, Barry, Wally, Hal. Oh, I hope it's not Hal. Rather John. Or Kyle, or what's his name there? The other one. Anyway, those guys. So, season 5 is really when he starts dating Lois. That's when that relationship finally really comes together, where they've worked through everything. And Lois is, again, an amazing person. It's just that Clark gets under her skin, and she begins to realize that she cares about him. And probably in season 3, she realizes that she cares about him as a person. That he's not just somebody who gets under her skin, he's somebody she can trust, he's somebody who can keep a secret, he's somebody who infuriates her, but especially when he's dating Chloe, he's somebody, in season 2, she realizes he could possibly be part of her family, and yeah, it starts to work in season 4, and then in season 5, they connect, and that's just great. So that's my progression for the first 5 seasons, and away we go.